I'm currently CEO at FluidOne and chairman of two of our investments, one in Cyber Security Associates and one in Marathon Managed Services. The business was owned by a private equity company called the Trigg Group, and they approached me with the opportunity to join the business. This is back in 2018. Having been a customer for several years, I saw a real opportunity to take what was a really strong connectivity business, but then add over-the-top services to build out my vision. So I joined the business in April 2018 with a plan to buy it, and I led a management buyout with backing from a private equity company called Living Bridge and acquired the business in February 2019. So FluidOne, our purpose is to empower our customers' end users, and we do that by helping their IT teams give a great end user experience. That makes their staff more productive, more engaged, and able to deliver better service to their end customers. The way we do it is, and my vision for the business, is to be the best quality provider of connected cloud solutions. That's everything between an end user, wherever they're working, and the business application they're trying to get to, wherever it's hosted, be that on-prem, in the cloud, or multi-cloud, securely and simply. So that involves a connectivity layer, IT managed services, unified comms, because voice is another app, and then a cyber security wrap. And delivering that I call the connected cloud, and that's what we focus on. When I joined FluidOne, I saw an opportunity with digital transformation of customers needing a one-stop shop for connectivity, IT, unified comms, because that's becoming an IT app, with a cyber wrap, to do everything between the end user, wherever they were, working from home, in the office, in the field, and their applications, which are increasingly in multiple locations and multiple clouds. And putting those two together securely and simply, I call the connected cloud. And I saw the opportunity with FluidOne, really strong connectivity, the most connected network in the country, to do a buy and build, bring in other quality businesses to build out that product set and build out what I call the connected cloud. So that's what really attracted me, and I saw the opportunity at FluidOne and encouraged me to join. Well, technology's moved on a lot. My very first job, we only had one computer between 30 of us, and everything else was done on paper, and we had Tipex bottles and paper. There was a big change there. So given the industry I'm in, to the telecoms and IT, the technology move, and particularly acceleration in the last 10 years towards the cloud and ability to work from home, work from anywhere, and mobile phones in the last 12 years, particularly with the iPhone, allowing you to work from everything anywhere, has transformed work, but also then how you supply customers. I think the consumerization of IT raises the expectation of an end user in the office, that it should all just be simple and point and click, and need less expertise to use. So those trends influence how you support a customer and what their requirement is of you and expectation is of you. But underlying it all though, the basics of deliver a great service, be an expert in your area, and you'll always find customers, hasn't changed at all. So I think the people side hasn't changed. The technology that you sell has, but actually what stands out for a reseller versus the manufacturer of the equipment and the value you can add actually hasn't changed. You just have to adapt to the different technology and skills. What customers want of a trusted advisor who can just make it work for them so they can focus on their job hasn't changed a bit. Our biggest radar for change is our customers. We do look in the market, we do get pitches from our suppliers and look at their roadmaps, but the biggest follower for us is the customer. So what a customer is asking us for. And typically you'll have a large complex customer who will have needs in advance of smaller, and their challenge to us will make us innovate to meet their requirement, and we'll go away, find different solutions, put them together to make a solution for the customer. And if we can make it work for a large complex customer, we will then look to industrialize that to roll it out to all of our customers. And so raising the bar, so an SME then has the tool set to compete with an enterprise. So the enterprise often challenges at the edges of what you need to innovate, but then we can then roll that out to the rest of our customer base. Several challenges that have hit us in recent years. COVID, working from home, big challenge. You then have a lot of equipment and manufacturing impacts that challenge being able to get services out to customers, particularly if it requires hardware like at the end of a lease line. You then have the challenges of really accelerated hybrid working and home working, the step change that COVID presented. How do you make it be that the person working in a coffee shop or at home, say they're a contact centre member of staff, so it's phone and IT, can work in a way that their end customer gets the same quality, whether they were in the office or remote? So that step change in understanding that technology, putting different solutions together for that scenario, and how to roll them out to customers quickly, has been really key to surviving and competing well in this marketplace. So adapting faster, the pace of change of tech to adapt. I also think as a reseller, with this transformation of technology where voice and IT and mobile are all merging, you can't just stay in one. You've got to get skills across the piece to make it work joined up for the customer. And that plays actually to acquisition and buy and build rather than trying to learn it all from scratch. To getting the skills with enough experience fast enough, often it's better to acquire an expert team and put the teams together. Because we're a buy and build, we acquire companies. We've acquired 5 companies today. One of the first things we want to do is get a joined up view of the customers across the acquired and ourselves. We try and acquire quality businesses that have skills and products that we don't have. So we want to get them introduced to our customers and our skills introduced to their customers. So Salesforce as our CRM is one of the key tools that as early on as possible within the first 6 weeks of any acquisition to get both sales team using the CRM system, and it means they can engage to overlay, they can share information and knowledge, we can white space our customers, who has which services with us, who doesn't, and lets us engage in what are longer sales cycles as early on as we can. And we find that makes a real success in terms of customer engagement, customer understanding of the acquired business, the fit of their solution to the customers. And Salesforce is key to coordinating all of that, particularly when we have over 55 people in sales and marketing to join the work together with. In looking for a sales and marketing CRM solution that would scale out to my long-term ambition, which is to grow to over 1,200 staff by 2030, I needed a real scalable, market-leading package that would have key functions of the lead funnel coming in from marketing and the website, sales opportunity and activity management, sales productivity and good MI and reporting, particularly in a multi-pillar, multi-site, multi-team. And looking at that, so for me, Salesforce was the standout tool that had the package capability, but also enough flexibility you could bespoke it to fit your company. So package software that you could configure rather than write from scratch. And also that you could get enough staff who know it and understand it in the market that they could hit the ground running. It's not something completely bespoke they haven't seen before. So that combination, coupled with my desire for how we want to scale, Salesforce was the only one I really wanted to choose. Salesforce is our key tool for joining together all of our sales and marketing conversations, which customers could benefit from which services, which customers have space that we haven't sold to yet, the productivity of salespeople so they can focus the right time to the right customer and the right time to the right opportunity, how the marketing funnel feeds in for new leads off our website, it's all automated through Salesforce, how our e-shots go out to give knowledge to our customers is all integrated through Salesforce. And then our strong MIS is like a data warehouse for Salesforce. It all works over Salesforce as well. So it's a real key tool for gluing these different acquisitions together. And every acquisition is the first thing we integrate them with. In the first 6 weeks, it's Salesforce first. Other systems can come later. It allows us to collaborate and begin working together early on post-acquisition. So when we were looking at CRMs to fit our long-term plan, we picked Salesforce. We then looked at the market of who would be a trusted and skilled systems integrator who could advise us, configure and design Salesforce for us. But we also wanted a partner who could support us on the journey. And I went to market and looked at several vendors and really hit it off with Trigg. Steve and the team aligned with our values. They're a fast growing business and we're a fast growing business. They had real in-depth knowledge of how to apply Salesforce in several sectors. When we went through our strategy of what we wanted to do with it, they were able to give advice, bits they could automate that I didn't know you could do with the system. And so they really were instrumental in getting it live quickly and to budget in under 3 months with a complex design of how we bolt in acquisitions and how we do cross sales and share opportunity with multiple salesmen. Is quite innovative in how we do it within Salesforce, in addition to integration with the website, SEO flowing through HubSpot into Salesforce as well. So all of the technical design and configuration was done for us by Trigg, and then in life they give us ongoing support. And we have an element of monthly that's already brought and paid for, we can call off and use on the fly, but also then we have projects like if we buy a new business, we can then call on them and do projects of design and change. We're currently putting in a tool called CPQ, Configure Price Quote, and Trigg are doing some bespoke work in Salesforce for that, and how that will then change how we operate and work. And the key thing it gives us is real visibility per salesperson of their opportunity pipeline, their accounts they're managing, the white space in those accounts. And what it really does is focuses each salesperson on more likely to make the right call at the right time, and are more likely to focus on the opportunities that they're more able to close and more able to win and qualify. So it makes the sales team more efficient. One of the lessons I've learned as I've got older is how all of business is about people, how you influence people, lead them, manage them, how you make it easy for people that manage you. And so if I was going to go back in time, there's several key books that have really influenced my career, particularly the last 10 or 15 years. And I'd get my younger self to read them. I used to focus on doing the work and doing the delivery, and not so much on amending how I presented it or pitched it to the person in front of me. I was route one, do everything the same way, and actually adapting it to fit the audience, I think would have made my career faster and removed some conflicts and barriers I might have had in my 20s.